I thought I was just being paranoid, but the smell of cologne was the only warning I got before something much worse almost happened. I'll never run alone at night again. I go for a short run every night, right after sundown, when the air finally cools down. I've always taken the same route, a quiet loop through a mostly empty neighborhood. It felt safe, predictable. Looking back, I realize I was making myself an easy target. A couple of weeks ago, I passed an unlit park on my route and noticed a man standing behind a truck near the entrance. He wasn't doing anything, just standing there. But it struck me as odd. No one ever hangs out around that park, especially after dark. I couldn't see his face, but something about the way he stood there made me uneasy. I turned around and took a different route home. A few days later, I saw what I'm almost certain was the same man near the park again. This time, he was standing in the shadows, just far enough back to make it hard to see him clearly. I told myself I was probably overreacting, but I still turned around and headed home. For several days after that, I didn't notice anything strange. The park seemed empty, and I figured it had all been a coincidence. Last night, though, I learned just how wrong I was. As I was running past the park, I felt it. That unmistakable sensation of being watched. My stomach tightened. I glanced around, but the street was empty. Still, the park itself stretched into darkness, and anyone could have been hiding in those shadows. I tried to shake off the feeling, focusing on my breathing and picking up my pace. Then I smelled it, a wave of strong cologne, sharp and out of place. My instincts went into overdrive. There was no one in front of me, no sound of footsteps or movement. But that smell told me everything I needed to know. Someone was nearby, and they were close. Just past the park, the road curves sharply. There's a house on the corner with tall bushes lining the yard.